hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things.
What's up, I? What it do, baby? It's Telp, Diesel D, Don, they don't want none. Y'all heard what I said, Sports Entertainment Podcast. We here to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl 56.
Yes, sir.
Coming up, Super Bowl. We got the Cincinnati Bengals, as Telp called it.
I was just making sure.
I called it. And the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium. They hosting in their town again for the second straight year. The Buccaneers did it last year. Alright, so let's go through a few things. So let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals at first. So the Who Dey Nation, they got the win against the Chiefs, as I told y'all. Where they were down by 18 points actually and came back. They came the 18-point comeback, the largest comeback since Joe Boys did it against his boys in the AFC Championship in 06. So they've been riding with this underdog mentality, but they don't see it as underdogs. The Bengals, every week they the best team, they gonna win. And we see how good they've been. And so y'all know, if y'all been watching how the games play out, the commentators even mentioned that the Bengals been like a second half team. So the first question I want to know is, can a Bengals defense be consistent the whole game in the Super Bowl?
Of course not. They never have.
You don't think so?
No.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna take no credit away from the Bengals. They here, damn it. They in the Super Bowl.
But I feel like Mahomes and crew got cocky because that was their game. They won the coin toss. They had the ball. Go down the field. Take it easy, yes. But they underestimated these Bengals. These niggas wasn't playing with y'all. One mistake is all it took. And next thing I know, Tyreek Hill and Mahomes in the Pro Bowl. So, I mean, I'm not going to underestimate the Bengals, but I agree with Darren. Their offense not going to be. It's going to be the same old Bengals. They going to come out. I don't know if they're going to get that Kenny Tyler from 6 Man speech at halftime to come out ready in a Super Bowl. But for their second half that they always go on, but we're going to see. Yeah. I mean, because on the other hand, you got the Hollywood fairy tale ending that could possibly happen at a decade. Is the worst franchise in NFL history. This man could possibly be winning the Super Bowl in his first year away from them motherfuckers. Yeah. Mr. Stafford. And it's like, either way, you can't go wrong, man. Somebody deserves it, man.
Even defense.
Yeah. But to me, I don't think that defense need to be consistent, just good enough to help stay in the game and win the game. Like, to me, this was the most wide open playoffs.
He said that. He said that back in like week 5. He said it's gonna be a wide open season.
And what did the Bengals do? They finished 10-7. They could have probably finished 12-5. They would have won that Packers game early in the season.
And then
another game,
people, the last game of the season.
And then to me, they probably underdogs because it's in.
I feel like they basing the Bengals being underdogs based off of their organization.
Based off their organization now winning
and shit. Because they ain't won in 30 years, they underdogs. But that's not acting like if Burrow ain't get hurt.
Yeah, that's what I said. They not thinking themselves as underdogs, but of course it's the media since they went against the number 1 seed, the Titans. I mean, of course you the underdogs are going against the Chiefs and Arrowhead, and then you know all these high expectations they had for the Rams anyway.
But I told
going into the season,
no team really been consistent this year. Even the Rams, remember the Rams was in first place, and then they lost 3 straight, and Arizona was undefeated.
Yeah.
But then they got back in front of them because Arizona started.
They lost their last 2 games of the season.
And the Rams ended up finishing what, 12-5, something like that. So they started playing better towards the playoffs.
Yeah.
And even with Kansas City, when they was like 3-4, I told y'all they still want to get up there, but they was never like really consistent until the last half of the season when they won like 7 straight or something. That's about it.
Yeah. Close out the season.
But I don't see them as underdogs.
I don't either. Well, I've been telling y'all playoffs anyway. I didn't think so.
It's gonna come down to who won it more, man.
That's it. All right. Go ahead.
I know that Bengals offensive line playing good, but it's a Super Bowl, and there's some monsters on that Rams defensive front.
Yeah, but alright, they got Joe Burrow. Chris Jones couldn't get him, so. But Aaron Donald.
But them niggas on the other side
That's Chris Jones
ain't Chris Jones.
against another
I said-
team on a whole different day. That was a week. That's gonna be 2 weeks apart. In a whole different game. People feeling different atmosphere.
Exactly, like you said, it's a different atmosphere.
They're not
It's
gonna play the
Super Bowl.
same.
This is win or go home.
You mean like
Aaron Donald and been here, and he didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how bad this Hall of Famer wanted?
because Jared Goff couldn't score?
Hall of Famer Von Miller here too.
Because he couldn't score. And all they did was kick a field goal.
You can't
mean-
blame that on him. It was a low scoring game.
But the
The score
Patriots.
was 17 to 10.
But guess who got a touchdown? The New England Patriots.
The score was 17 to 10.
But guess who got a touchdown? The New
What,
England
the score
Patriots.
was 7-3 to start the fourth quarter? You act like it was an offensive struggle just for the
It
Rams.
was. You didn't get a
It was an offensive
touchdown.
struggle for the supposed GOAT Tom Brady too in his offense.
But guess who won though?
So
Alright, so
that ain't on Goff.
who do y'all believe is the X factor for the Bengals?
X factor for the Bengals to me is Joe Mixon. I think they need to be
That's
able.
who I was-
I think the Bengals need to be able to run the ball just like they was able to do on the Chiefs. At some point, had some success
Okay.
to have a balanced offense instead of Burrow just coming out there and throwing it, so they won't know who all the same plays just throwing it up to Jamal Chase or Boyd or T. Higgins or whatever.
I mean, I like Darren's one. I mean, the run game has to be the X factor over there because niggas know Burrow can go for 400 easy. I feel like on the other side, it's a couple things for the Rams. One, they wanted so bad to get Cam Akers back in the mix because they already picked him last year as their franchise running back. That they forgot that Sony Michel actually played fucking good. So they acting like they don't know how to really incorporate both of them and have a fucking good ass running game like Sony Michel helped them have until Cam Akers came back when Darrell Henderson act like he didn't know he wanted to play every other game. So that's one thing. The second thing, I'm not gonna say I'm worried about the Rams defense. They got some solid players. They just gotta not choke. Fucking Ramsey get burned at least once every game, but then the rest of the game he good.
Yeah.
But he gets burnt when it matters most. That's his problem. And on the other side, I feel like it's the linebackers. It's the middle of the field. Hubbard and the guys. Cooper Kupp is getting 80 to 100 yards. But can you stop him from getting the yak? Because he get a slant at 8 yards and give you another 30
And be gone.
and be gone.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, it's a lot of X factors on both sides, man. They gotta come ready, man.
Yeah, so I agree with Darren too. So I would say Joe Mixon because of the fact you did it, you got to establish the run game. And they actually did that against the Chiefs. I remember Tony Romo kept trying to say stuff. He kept trying to say why they running the ball on first down because he expected them to pass the ball all the time. And Joe Mixon was actually started picking up the yards in the second half, and then he wasn't saying nothing. Like you can't just keep passing the ball every time. They're gonna expect it. So
You gotta stop putting people up there that just made it there. They get too big egos like Kanye.
I think you actually said it backwards.
what?
I think he was saying, why are they not running the ball on first
No,
down?
he wanted them to pass it on first
No,
down.
Because I remember at one
Because
point,
they kept running it on first
Like
down.
the whole third
quarter.
the whole third quarter, this nigga Mixon ran the ball
They
every
was
time
running-
first play.
It was the first down. Romo kept saying why you
But in
need
the, I remember in the first half, they was running the ball on second down.
No, they
No,
was running
I
that-
think what his problem was
Because
he
they
wanted to
kept-
know why was they running it both
They
times.
was running on
Because
first
he felt
and
like
second,
because he
yeah.
felt like
They
second
was
down
running it
is
two
the
sides of the
down where you
ball.
can take advantage of everything
Yeah.
if you get a couple
And they
yards.
kept getting on like
He
third,
said why
third,
you
seventh stuff.
running on back to back if you going to be in a dirt and long situation. If you was already down double digits in the game, that's what he was saying. But they
Trying to
stuck
tell
with
niggas
it.
how to run
Yeah.
the game, play like he got a championship or something.
And then also on the other X factor for them, I think is T. Higgins. Like he need to have the same game he had against the Chiefs, cause they couldn't stop him like in the second half when he kept picking up them first downs in the fourth quarter and in overtime, which helped them, led to them winning. But you know he always try to look for Jamal Chase. And so last question is, what would a Super Bowl win do for Joe Burrow? Would it solidify him as an elite quarterback?
I mean, at this point in your second year, you don't even need the Super Bowl to solidify that you
Yeah,
hit. You
because
hit
he
already.
hit in his second
Like,
season.
this would just show niggas that you gotta keep my name up there with the rest of the boys. As long as we going forward, I think that's all that is.
Yeah,
But he hit, goddammit.
Yeah.
Like all the Josh Allens and the Mahomes we was talking about this AFC, who left standing? Joe Burrow. And
Since you mentioned that, Joe Burrow was the first second-year quarterback to go to the Super Bowl since Roethlisberger.
Man, he's the youngest number 1 pick.
But Roethlisberger had a
Stop.
hell of a team to
he
back him
did.
He did.
up. Whereas Burrow
With that
been
defense.
having to make some shit happen.
Yeah. Oh, my X factor for the Rams is Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford be the Matthew Stafford everybody know he can be. And not a
You
vintage
gotta be
Detroit
consistent.
Lions.
Don't throw them 2-3 picks that he like to throw. You don't need them picks in the Super Bowl.
I mean, when you're doing the supplemental draft picks on Detroit Lions for years, that shit happens. You gotta find different ways to
And
get the
on
ball up there.
I say, and on the defense, since you said they need to, you know, them wide receivers over there on the Bengals. So the defensive backs for the Rams are the X factors to me as well.
The defensive backs of the
Defensive
Rams.
back.
That's why
the
I told him.
cornerbacks and
I
the
told him.
safety.
I saw what I say. The role players like Taylor Rapp and fucking Jalen Ramsey, they okay, but they can get burnt quick with one mistake. So
Yeah.
that they can't just be solid. It's the Super Bowl. Because I'm not worried about Aaron Donald and Von Miller and Big Leonard Floyd and all them up front. They gonna do what they do.
Mhm.
But if Joe Burrow has to go to his passing game and really start fucking shit up, that's not on Aaron Donald and them. That's on the
That's
secondary now.
Yeah. I think the X factor for the Rams is a combination of Matthew Stafford. Because you got to see how he actually plays. Y'all was trying to see the defense, and I also would put Odell in there too.
Odell,
For
to
those-
be honest, I never really trusted Odell since his first year.
That's
Since
why I
the
said
catch.
he actually.
To me, he's just been a decent second wide receiver, but I never
He
thought
separated
he was a,
himself from
Yeah.
that Brown stuff.
Yeah, I
and
just
he
never
been-
thought he was a number
He been
one.
having
And he been having a good
playoffs,
rest of the season to play.
He's never been a bum. I just never thought he was a Devontae Adams. You know,
Yeah.
a King Cup. He good.
I always told y'all Mike Evans was the best wide receiver, the better wide receiver. And I still think Mike Evans should have won Rookie of the Year.
Why are you even
I
going
don't
back
care.
to
Go
that?
ahead.
Tell you on the all right. So
Like, I don't even think Odell was the best job receiver. Man, he ain't fucking with Victor Cruz.
going on to the Rams side, they beat the 49ers in a comeback as well. They was down about 10 to start the quarter.
Mhm.
Todd dropped the interception, which I thought that was it.
Jacoski Tubb, that's
He dropped the interception, but then he went right down. Odell made some big plays. Cooper Kupp had 2 touchdowns, couldn't be stopped again. And they ended up getting the victory and forcing Jimmy Garoppolo onto that interception at the end of the
The
game.
game kind
Damn,
of went
Jimmy G.
exactly the way we
He
talked
tried.
about last episode. The 49ers defense was going to hold and be just as good as they've been all season. But what was it going to come down to? It was going to come down to Jimmy fucking Garoppolo maintaining. You just needed to maintain, bro.
He did, man.
He did maintain.
That wasn't his
that
fault.
last drive, the defense just got to him.
It had 2 seconds in the pocket before it was
And
2
the
people
defense
around.
was on him.
And then I saw one the guy was getting double teamed. I think it was Aaron Donald. He was getting double teamed. He got past him in 2 seconds.
Yeah, they basically got to him every play.
What I'm saying
But I don't think they
what
had
I'm
no
saying
time.
is-
I don't think they had no time.
What I'm
out for that,
saying
so
is,
he had to try
you
to do
saying
something.
you making an excuse, but his offensive line gave him 2 seconds long enough to get rid of that ball, not to get intercepted.
Nigga, 2 seconds. You still
I done
backing
seen,
up. You
I done
still
seen
dropping
your
back to get
favorite
the ball.
quarterback throw the ball in less than 2 seconds. Come on now, don't do that.
But he still dropping back the little ball.
I done seen
for 2
Peyton
seconds.
Manning.
And then that wasn't even his
I
fault.
done seen Peyton Manning pick
The
that
running
leg
back-
up and say,
That wasn't his fault. The running back dropped the pass.
bro, you made 5-yard
Oh,
catch
yeah,
in 3
he
seconds.
did.
It ain't just like Garoppolo throw it away. The running back dropped the pass. And went behind him and got intercepted. That's not Garoppolo's fault. He should have caught the pass. No matter if he lost yards or not. It's still going to be third and long, 4th and long.
I mean, but think about that decision. Now we just diverting any kind of responsibility from Garoppolo. Why in this situation? Why am I even throwing that pass if it's going to result in loss of
No,
yards?
I said that was the offensive coordinator fault. You supposed to be drawing up a play like a slant or something.
And that's
where
why,
you can
and that's
immediately-
what separates the superstars from the regular motherfuckers. Because a Brady, a Payton, or a Breeze with an audible, whatever the offensive coordinator called, if that shit ain't make sense.
Remember the street got some yards down there. But the Rams, they took the win. They going to the Super Bowl. And y'all remember when the trade happened, when they got Matthew Stafford in February, they was saying,
He was talking bad about him.
yeah, he was like, was this the right trade? How would this affect them? Then they were, on the other hand, the media saying that it was a real good trade and that the Rams are going to be one of the favorites. And now they here. So my question is, what would a Super Bowl win do for Matthew Stafford's legacy? And if they win a Super Bowl, is he a lock in for the Hall of Fame?
Of course he is. He been one of the top passers
I mean-
since he came in the league. Top 10 passing yards, passing touchdowns almost every year since he came in the league. And he already probably top 10 already in passing
Hey, man, that
yards?
Georgia Bulldog been rolling, man.
Yeah,
And
been
he made the
consistent every
playoffs twice
season.
with the Lions.
For over a decade,
Oh,
man.
what?
On the worst
It was
franchise,
twice.
man. All I'm saying is Barry Sanders was top 5 when he retired in 8-9 years, B.
Yeah, I had Calvin Johnson.
That shit hurts you, man, when you work in it for Detroit. So the fact that he didn't retire yet, he was actually to come out and get a chance, get a man some credit, man.
Yeah, you gotta go credit. Like you say, he's always been one of those. He's always been a very good quarterback. Like for him playing on the
You gotta
lines,
understand the
He's
numbers
not
he put
gonna-
up for the
yeah.
lines.
his numbers are always good. Like you said, he made the playoffs a few times. I mean, he finally got his first playoff one. But if you look at his numbers during his career, he's always put up a lot of yards and touchdowns.
Name me 3 Matthew Stafford
And a
running
good man.
backs from
Reggie-
the Detroit Lions.
Reggie
All right,
Bush.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie
Who else?
Bush, Swift.
Swift?
Yeah.
What, he last
For
year?
one season,
You can't name none of them.
you can't
Them
name no
niggas
other
suck.
one in the span
I
of
think-
in the span of 14 seasons.
Them niggas was scrubs,
I
man.
don't know. All right, so I agree as well. If they win, he definitely would be in for the Hall of Fame. After being traded to a team that wanted you, and then you helped them win the Super Bowl in your first year on the team.
you hit.
Sure.
You got a chance.
All right, so we already went through the X factors for them as well. So this is a good question I wanted to ask. Who's more important for the Rams in the Super Bowl, the offense or the defense? Well, I'm gonna say I think that defense is more important because look at the players that they got. You got Aaron Donald who was made the Super Bowl before, and he's back in the Super Bowl again. He's one of the best defensive players of all time. You got Jalen Ramsey, who's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You got Von Miller, who you traded for to make your defense even better.
That's true.
Then you got all them other players. And so they probably expect y'all defense to dominate. So, and I also think they're more important because we know what the offense can do. The Rams offense, they can score. And the Bengals offense can score. So that means it's up to the Rams defense to contain them.
But I disagree with you. I think the offense is more important. Especially when the last time they got to the Super Bowl, they couldn't do nothing. And just like you already named all the players on the defense, you expect them to do something. So if you expect them to do something, I'm going to say they less important.
But what if they don't do nothing?
Well, they don't do nothing.
But I feel
You
like
got to get the offense going. You trying to work in Cam Akers. The running game been suspect since the playoffs
But I
started.
feel like with the Bengals,
With
they
them.
have to score points. With the Rams, if the defense holds solid, they just gotta hold out enough
Yeah, that's
defense
what I'm
on the
saying.
Bengals. But whereas
The
the
Bengals
Bengals
have
gotta
to
score
score.
points to win. If the Rams defense hold out enough, the Rams can pull it off like a 13-10, 16-10 without probably even scoring a touchdown. But the Bengals, they gotta score. The Bengals are not winning this game if it's a field goal game. Rams win.
I'm
if
not
they-
going- I'm
You
not
don't think
going
it's
to say
fancy to
that.
get busy?
I'm not gonna say that.
Fast and they had hella fields and hella games.
But but it's not even that. If we're going a defensive game and we're going 50-yard line with a 50-yard line, I'm taking the Rams, stopping them from getting over the 50 more times than the Bengals stopping
No,
them.
I see where
But what
I see
I'm
where you
saying-
coming from, but that offense has been high.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
They did.
Cooper Kupp been hot.
He's the
Nobody
offense.
else.
How they not been hot?
Been all right. The game against the Buccaneers, they was hot in the first half. They got shut down the second half. They couldn't do nothing. They fumbled like fumble and interception like 3 times. They end up getting a game on the
But you
field.
are-
But they still had a
And
good enough
then-
lead for them to
And
win the
then
game.
against the 49ers, they got shut down for 3 quarters until the 4th quarter. They only had 7 points. That's not bad.
Then that just made my point of how they can win without having the offense. As long as
Yeah,
their defense
exactly.
do what they
Defense
supposed to
told
do.
me
That's why I said the offense is more important. That offense needs to play better.
But I don't agree with that because the defense is that offense had them up by 2 scores against the Bucks, and even though their offense played nasty, the defense was. Wait a minute, who scored?
But then,
The Bucks scored.
but what about against the 49ers?
It was 17-7.
17-7.
They had 7 points in the 4th quarter, and they supposed to be one of the best offenses. Or supposedly.
I just feel like
They
they
supposed
was
to be one of
hyped
the
up to be
best.
one of the
49ers
best
got
offense.
good
What if
defense.
Cooper Cup gets shut down? Who you want to turn to?
But he
That's
not
why I
gonna
said
get shut
Odell
down.
was. That's why I
Once
said
they get
Odell was the
double
X
team.
factor.
The Bengals got good defensive people too.
My
They
thing,
can have a good defensive game.
my thing is everything you just named. You don't think that happened the last 5-6 weeks? You don't think people are having game plans to double Cooper Cup? You don't think he was doubled against the last
But
2
it's
teams?
one game now.
Yeah, and
Nah,
it was
they
just
not-
like-
they not going.
Just like when the Patriots lost to the Giants. They went 16-0, then all of a sudden couldn't do nothing in the Super Bowl.
Actually, they could. They had a 4-point lead with under a minute left.
Yeah.
Both times against
And
the
David
Giants.
Tyree got the catch.
And both of them games was low scoring games.
I mean, one of them was
And they
20.
supposed to be the
One
best
of them was
offense.
20-17. That's not low scoring.
Why ain't it?
Why how's 20-17
See,
low scoring?
And see, you the type of person that judge based off of the bar that they set. They set the bar so high by scoring 30 in every game that you expected them to score 30. But in a game that mattered, they didn't care about scoring 30. They was trying to secure a W.
And that's
So
what
why
I'm
you
saying.
wanted them
this
to
is
air it
one
out?
game left. You don't know how that offense going to play. They could
But at the
struggle.
same time, they
It's
played
one
the Giants in
game.
the last game of that season.
Right? You don't know how
For
that
For Randy
defense
Moss to
going,
break the
right?
record. And they was on his ass until Randy Moss came out that
No,
first
I
half.
see what you saying, but I'm saying that defense is more important just because look who they have on that defense.
And
They
that's
expect y'all to
exactly-
do something. That's why y'all defense is more important. Because imagine if y'all defense fails, they going to be looking at y'all like Aaron Donald's this and this, Von Miller's this and this, but the defense couldn't get it done. Jalen Ramsey's one of the best cornerbacks. They couldn't get it done, but they had to make changes to that defense. That's why I say that defense is so important because they have so much talent on that end.
And then you still got the talent on the offense end
Nah.
with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. That you expect to do something.
But that tandem is going to do that tandem.
You don't know that. It's one game. Just because they did something the whole season, this one game, something could get messed up.
But you just point out the fact with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, they have several other receivers on that team. Odell Beckham, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, Blanton. It's not just Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford.
Blanton just had
offense.
a couple of catches.
I mean, that's the same
you
thing we
said it
was
like-
talking
You
about.
said it like Cooper Kupp is the
But
lone
Tyler Higbee
offense
got
on the
hurt.
team.
But ain't the same that he's talking about Blanton the same thing we was talking about Tunyon all season?
Yeah. You
Nigga, that's
definitely
totally
did.
different.
How?
Blanton got his first catch of the fucking season in the last
Because
game.
he wasn't in the
In
game.
the last game. Robert Tunyon was led the
Blanton
league in
got,
touchdowns.
Blanton got the
tight
first
ends.
touchdown of the game against the
He
game
led
against
the
the
league in
Buccaneers.
touchdowns, but the nigga was like 17th in catches among tight ends. That
But-
just
but
means he caught
started
him when they
playing in the middle
talented.
of the- He started playing in the middle of the season when that tight end got hurt.
Oh.
That's nothing compared to no Blanton at all.
Blanton was like the third string anyway.
Man, who was the fucking tight end for the Packers? He put in a scrub?
I don't know.
It was Jeff Steinberg.
Exactly, a scrub, B.
I don't even think that's his name.
I know, I think his first name messed up or something.
Mercedes Lewis or something.
I know Mercedes Lewis was over there, but
And
Mercedes
Lewis
Lewis
is
know
just
he a
blocking
bum.
tight end.
And that's what I think they had Jimmy Graham over
Oh, it
there.
was Jimmy
It's not
Graham.
that Mercedes Lewis is a bum. He's not a receiving tight end. He just blocks.
And who said Tanya was receiving tight end? Because he started catching some touchdown passes?
Button just touched on passes. Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, he had his good season.
Yeah, catching runs.
He had his sweep season.
Yeah, that's
Why you gonna call it a fluke?
That shit was a fluke, B.
Alright, hope you guys see anything next year. Alright. So since we got that established, do you believe it's gonna be a high or low scoring game then?
It's gonna be
I don't think it. I think it's gonna be a game like the Rams and 49ers at the NFC Championship.
Like a mid scoring game. Like a 2017 type game.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 23-17. Rams. with Bengals with a chance to win it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they got the touchdown and win 24-23, but I think Rams magic happens. They get a late pick with like 30 seconds left and they win 23-17.
Alright, so you gave your pick. What's your pick, Don?
Rams by 3.
Rams by 3. My pick is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Of course.
Maybe my pick all season. I wouldn't care if the Rams win because I like the Rams, but I said the Bengals was going to win the Super Bowl. These two guys were right next to me when I told them before the playoffs started that the Bengals was going to win the Super Bowl. And y'all want to know something interesting? I kept comparing them to the greatest show on turf, and guess who they played? The Rams. And guess who in their second season in the Super Bowl, like Kurt Warner was? Joe Burrow. Even though he won MVP. But we gonna see. We got the Super Bowl coming up. Make sure y'all tune in Sunday, February 13th. We got the Bengals and the Rams. So we got these will be darn, they don't want none. Y'all heard what I said. We got more for y'all soon. And we out.
Here I go!